what we have here overall, is this is the end of all this garbage we've been dealing with for years. A lot of us
Mhm.
got into this game because we had things to say about the failure of our pop culture, our nerddom, our geekdom, all this stuff. We got into this game because we had to get it out somehow. It's now we've reached that point, though. Here we are. It is August 2025. The woke era is over, or it's
Oh,
ending.
yeah.
It's
Oh, no.
ending.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely
It's
over.
it's ending.
Yeah.
As Jed pointed out earlier, we're gonna get the last remnants, and a few diehard things are still gonna. They're gonna pretend everything's the same. They're still gonna push out some crap. Things that were in production, it has to come out. They can't shelve it. They can't black hole it. Can't turn it
It,
into a tax
it's
credit.
gonna be relegated to what it was before, a niche.
Mhm.
There's
Mhm.
always going to be political films out there. There's always been
Mhm.
political films on the fringes that appealed to their base and worked for what they were going for. So we're still going to see the occasional god awful Robin X TV show from Canada. Just a small little low budget thing that people hope will do good for their audience. We're still going to see that, I think, for the rest of cinema. As long as
Oh
cinema's
yeah,
around, there's going to be the one-offs who are trying to appeal to the base, but the absolute infusion into of it into every aspect of pop culture is almost completely on the way out at this point. Few holdouts, but I don't foresee a whole lot of political leanings in Doomsday. I'm thinking Doomsday is going to be a disaster because they're still writing it, and that's the problem.
and there'll be
But
reshoots. There will
and
be
the
reshoots.
reshoots, but the political infusion, I think, is something that we're not seeing anymore. Even the films that are coming out now that still have aspects of it, they're relegated to minor aspects of the film. So they're easily forgettable, and you can focus on the other trash aspects, like Fantastic Four. The
Mhm.
feminism, you could argue that it exists in that film, but it is not in your face to the degree that you can ignore
It's just
how
cringe as
poorly written.
fuck.
And yeah, it's
Yeah.
cringe, but
Yeah.
it doesn't break the already broken narrative.
Mhm.
But here we are. We're at the end of it. What's next? Can they return to normal? Can we return to normal? By
Mm.
we, I mean
Mm.
our sphere or
Mm.
things that have grown out of the pop culture reaction sphere that we're a part of. What do
Yeah,
you do now if you don't have your anti woke banner? Now, we have in general, I was supposed to say us, we have worked hard over the past few years to use the term less and less because it became meaningless after a point. I use the word agenda because agenda can reference many things, not just wokeism, but politics and other things like that. I use the word agenda, and agenda is always going to be there. They're always going to try and get political agenda and stuff. That's never going away. So I did that, but also, let's try and not just focus on these things.
mhm.
Let's focus on the things we love. I'm hoping in the future, with all of you fine people showing up, subscribing, watching my stuff, I would love nothing more than to upload a video, just me just talking about Star Trek for no reason whatsoever, and you will watch it and enjoy it. That's I am ready to talk about everything on these shelves behind me, ad nauseum forever, without even talking about crap out there. It's very easy for me. Play video games, other shows. Jed and I review movies every week. Very easy. But where do we all go from this, though? Can the world stop being obsessed with wokeism and being anti woke? I'm throwing that out there.
Mhm.
Answer away.
Mm.
So unfortunately, I think a lot of our channels in the sphere were incepted as anti-woke channels and subsist wholly off of it. So the people who cannot adapt to survive will fail, unfortunately. And that's what we're going to see if you don't have any ability to talk about pop culture outside of the political aspect of it, you're not going to get the same success. Fortunately, a lot of us are writers, so we can very easily talk
Mm.
about the quality of a script, and we have those avenues to continue. But there's a bigger problem I see beyond just the wokeism aspect, because they're talking about it in the chat. The damage of the wokeism era, I think, will continue for a long time to come. I think it
Absolutely.
will be many years before we see good films and, more importantly, successful films.
Hmm.
So even the few of us who are able to adapt, I think we're all still going to struggle in this sphere because new pop culture won't be as relevant, and it'll take a long time for new franchises to be born and for the faith to be restored in these studios to make these franchises great, that it'll be another 10 years before pop culture can be at the point to sustain a YouTube sphere that just talks about the new things that are coming out, the news coming out, the reviews that are coming out. But we're going to see a thinning of the herd from the people who are exclusively anti-woke and have no other skills to offer, who they had their time. They were great at what they did, but that's just not important anymore to the majority of people out there. And then there's going to be a gradual decline, I think, for the rest of us until that faith is restored. And you can faith and trust is easy to lose and hard to regain. It's going to take many years for the general public to see these changes because they're not ingrained in this like we are. They don't see the announcements like, as you always talk about, Adam, Square Enix turned things around. They're not going to see those changes. So they're not going to seek them out. They're not going to seek out the new products of these companies that are trying. So we're going to see a lot of failures of good movies in the next few years. We're going to see a lot of flops. And it's going to take a long time for that faith to be restored. The moment that faith's restored, we can go back to, I think, 2012, 2014 era pop culture on YouTube where everyone could just jump on here and be excited about what was coming, what was new. But that's going to be a long time. And I think even the best of us in this sphere who aren't solely anti-woke will struggle as a result. Unless we can find a way to adapt.
And that is the thing.
It's all about evolution.
Yeah, you have to adapt. You have to be able to, in my opinion, talk about more than one thing. Be able to talk about the things you love in an entertaining way. And to Wildcard's point here, Star Wars could be saved, but Disney can't be involved anymore. They have to not own it anymore. It has to be turned over to people who understand what made the EU and all that kind of stuff. And I've made many theories about that. So it's not going to work. Star Trek, to Stephen Watson's point here, that's the holdover. That's Kurtzman Trek still with a vice-like grip on the Star Trek IP. Thing is, though, with the Skydance merger and Paramount, maybe the remainder of Kurtzman's contract might be voided, and there would be a chance. Now,
pray to God.
Now, I don't want to spoil it for Jay because he's working his way back to getting around to actually watching it, but they had a window of opportunity with the end of Picard Season 3. You ignore Picard Season 1 and 2. Picard Season 3 was a step in the right direction, an apology for crap, and they opened a window for new, fun Star Trek while still remaining somewhat attached to the stuff we loved, with the possibility of legacy, but they didn't. They went straight to what you just mentioned, Starfleet Academy. I reacted to that trailer a week ago. It's a nightmare. I'm going to review the hell out of it. I'll probably make Jed watch it. I'll make Brad watch it, and we're going to do another panel show on it. Yeah, don't look at me like that. You're gonna watch it. You're going to hate it. And we're going to cry about it on stream.
Then I'm not even going to consider not making you watch The Witcher. Because I was considering letting you off.
No, you were liar.
I don't
liar.
care. I really don't care about The Witcher right now. But now, yep, you've convinced me. We're doing The Witcher.
You were going to make me watch it, please. I was already prepared for that. But all these things that were great could be saved, but a lot of things have to work in favor, and a lot of people that have ruined them can't be involved anymore. But, I mean, going forward still, like Jed said, there will be room for the independent sphere, which is what we're all a part of here. We are all striving, some of us more far ahead than others, to break into the independent sphere, provided, and when all is said and done, hoping to be a part of the new pop culture. The new content, because this channel, while it is born as a channel that is reviewing, analyzing, commenting, enjoying both past, present, and current and future nerddom, geekdom stuff, IPs, franchises, I want to make my own stuff and then talk. I'd rather talk about my stuff than talk about that in the end. If you guys are enjoying it, I'd rather be involved in that. And that's where that's where we want to head. I mean, Dre, you're already there. You got your stuff out there.
Yeah, so to the point of your question about, like, can we move on, of course, and I think Jed answered it pretty succinctly. In regards to, there's a lot of us that have that had skin in the game before the woke mind virus began. Like, so those of us, yeah, we'll be able to turn it off and move on with our lives. But this is I think the only part I disagree with Jed on is, as far as the culture is concerned, I think it's forever changed.
Mm.
I believe it's forever changed. I believe like there are certain moments in pop culture or even in our regular lives that happens that changes the world forever. We can never go back. Now, I'm not going to compare this apples to oranges, but I'm just giving an example so that everybody at home can understand what I'm talking about. World War II, there was a particular gentleman with a mustache, all right, that did some pretty horrible things to a particular group of people. That individual, anybody that ever shows any form of evil, is automatically compared to this individual, even though people may never even compare to the amount of evil that man is engaged in, but it's automatically compared. That type of impact has lasted until the end. It's going to last until the end of time. There are also just so I can compare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What the woke mind virus is now that impact as far as pop culture is concerned. As far as pop culture is concerned, if there's any a whiff of what seems like wokeism, people are going to riot. If there's even a moment of any film that feels like, oh my God, here comes this woman that's going to come and save the day, doesn't matter if you earned it or not. The moment that happens in a film, everybody's eyes are going to collectively roll. It's no fault to their own. They've been conditioned that, oh, here comes another girl boss. Oh, here comes another fill in the blank alphabet, gay, no penis, fish baby. like here we go again. Like those moments, and they're always going to exist. Like Grant, it's going to dumb down 100%. Just like blaxploitation used to be a big thing in the 70s when everything was
blaxploited.
Yeah, like that used to be a big thing in the 70s. But now, do those films still exist? Yeah, of course, from here to time. But that's no longer a thing. But right when it happens, like, oh, here we go again. Like, it is going to be a part of the zeitgeist forever. Mm-hmm. It's never going to go away. And those moments. Oh, go ahead, Adam.
No. I was trying to time it. I missed time to keep going. I was trying to time it as you ended it.
Yeah, like those moments, like any moment that even resembles or smells any way familiar to the last, give or take 8-9 years, it's going to be rejected. It's going to be a whole thing, and it's going to spark off all over again. And now there's a lot of people in our zeitgeist and in our sphere that are not mature enough to move forward, are not mature enough to move on, because sometimes when you fought for so long, you don't know what it's like to not fight anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well put. That's excellent. You have a certain level of PTSD.
Yep.
When these things, and you can't get out of it. And here's a perfect example of what you're saying, how it's always going to be there. And certain people, not on our side, but the other side, are always going to try and turn something into nothing. We are not going to spend another 45 minutes specifically on this topic, but it's a perfect example of taking something that is not only pure, innocent, and beautiful, but brilliantly done. Sydney Sweeney and her American Eagles ad. Let's just watch this for 1 second. This is for my own enjoyment, really, but let's just watch it.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans. And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not going to stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has very jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
Yeah, I see what you did there. I know you know exactly what you're doing, honey.
Yeah.
Now, point is this. This was a brilliant marketing idea and plan by American Eagle. Let's
100%.
take what is considered the hottest chick of the moment. Let's put her in not even tight jeans, but they're kind of the semi-loose, semi-tight. They're hitting her ass just right. Let's put her in a top that's barely containing her bosom. and let's have her talk all sexy like for several different commercials.
Smart.
What happened? What happened?
This isn't even genius. This is just baseline marketing
Normal.
from 10,
right.
20 years ago. And
Yes,
it's a
Jed.
stupid pun. The jeans
Yeah.
and jeans, it's a stupid fucking pun, but it
Yep.
works.
It works. And it's
It's
brilliant because this is the way
entirely
it was.
inoffensive.
Yep.
20 years
and it's
ago, it'd be
perfect.
like, oh yeah, I'll buy some jeans. Like it's completely inoffensive, not a standout commercial whatsoever. But now it's the end of the world.
But there's your point. There's your point. So normal people reacted to this, especially men. Yes, thank you. Sydney Sweeney's hot. And
Yes, indeed.
then American Eagle reaped benefits. Major stock jump. People are buying the jeans. Nothing but positivity. But to what we're talking about, the woke mind virus, which will, as Dre perfectly said, will be there. It is a part of the social structure DNA, unfortunately. It will wane in power, but it will be there, a cancer ready to spread if allowed.
Mhm.
What did they do? They called it Nazi dog whistling.
I'm
Which
They
is
called
sorry.
it eugenics. That was the word
Yeah.
they were throwing around. That this was after just watching Wrath of Khan. Eugenics looks quite a bit different, Adam.
Yes, yeah. So there are people out there who turned this into an incredibly dumb story, and now it's made it even bigger because everybody's watching the ads. We're talking about it constantly, and it blew up in their face because that is where we are, I think, in this woke mind virus as it reaches its final cycle. They are so dumb. They are so stupid. Everything they try will blow up in their face. Do you really think the world is going to reject Sydney Sweeney with her ass in jeans and tits barely being held in by a jean jacket there? Do you think they're going to reject that? No, they're not going to. They're going to embrace it because people want beautiful things. Men love beautiful women. Women want to look like beautiful women.
Yep.
And people want to wear what they're wearing. It's standard old school advertising incentives. And I mean, because let's be honest, deep down in our primordial male brains, some of us think if I put on these American Eagle jeans and if I walk by Sydney Sweeney down the street, she will say, "Oh, you're wearing the jeans I wore in the commercial. It worked. Let's have a conversation." You think, yes, I'm in. Somewhere in our fantasy brains, we think that's going to happen.
Yep.
If we wear the jeans, like she sees wearing the jeans, she's going to like it and like me. Of course, it's not going to, but that's the whole point. And that's what advertising is all about, to make you think crazy things and make you buy the product. And once upon a time, as Jed said, that was normal. This is normal. This is a return to normalcy. And the fact that crazy purple-haired, nose-wing wearing, over-tattooed, creepy weirdos are going about saying, it's a Nazi dog whistle. It's fascism on parade.
I'm still confused on how this sexy white woman with the nice titty meat is somehow propaganda for Nazism. I'm very
I can
confused.
explain it to you.
She's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, but let's forget she's also a bottle blonde. She's
But the important part, Dre, is the pun. The stupid fucking pun of jeans being pronounced like jeans.
Oh,
And
come
so she's
on.
got great genes. Oh, are you saying she has great genes because she's blonde with blue eyes and white? Oh, you're suggesting that we should do horrible things to everyone who doesn't have her genes. They just read into a whole lot about the stupid fucking pun.
Okay,
The
so
pun
because the
is the
puns,
reason.
the pun's the reason.
because they're
So,
crazy.
yeah. So as far as I took the pun, I mean, like we all understand what the pun is because she's hot. The reason why I think the jean joke works is because her titty meat is fantastic. Plain and simple. I don't care. Like literally, when I heard the pun, I'm like, oh, because she's smoking hot, she got nice titty meat. I never even thought about her skin and eye color.
That's what they took it as.
Because you're normal. Because you're also a normal male. You're saying, oh, yeah, I'm thinking things.
Exactly. Unspeakable things.
Yes.
Absolute things my son has to cover his eyes and ears. He cannot bear witness to. He cannot bear witness to. And so like these people are unhinged. And like, but to your point, Adam, but to your point what you were saying before, there's no way that the zeitgeist, that the woke mind virus would ever leave the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Because there's something as simple as this. they think the people are unhinged. They're unhinged. They need help, but you know.
I
it
think
is-
the best evidence that woke is on its way out is because of the American Eagle's official response to this. There was a fake response from a couple days
Yeah.
ago that isn't true, but it was hilarious. And
Yeah.
then they released a real one. Do you have
Yeah.
that pulled up, or I can?
No,
just
I
talk
don't.
about
No,
it?
I don't.
I can just talk. So
All right.
it's essentially them just saying, "Hey, Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Join us in celebrating everyone's great genes."
Yeah.
perfect.
It was
not-
just a simple response. It's like, we're not saying it because just everyone has great genes. Let's all wear jeans. And
Never
that's
bend the knee.
it.
Never
They
bend
didn't
the knee.
bend the knee. They didn't feel the
Yeah.
need to bend the knee, and I think that's the big sign out of all
Mhm.
this, because there's been occasional things like this that have come on over the last few years, but the response made these companies afraid, made them bend the knee, made them afraid, but the fear isn't there anymore. That's
Mhm.
all the woke had power over. That all their power came from fear, came from cancel culture,
Yep.
feeling like if these people, they can ruin your business if they don't like what you did. That fear is gone, so they are powerless against these changes that are happening. And I think
Well
that's the most
said.
important thing here. And they're all freaking out. They're like, "Oh, a few years ago, we would have gotten paragraphs of an apology and they would have been punished forever." And then, of course, comparing it to Bud Light, saying everyone's hypocrites for this because
No.
of the difference in the Bud Light response. It's just they're so
Completely
out of
different.
touch with reality that they don't understand why this is an incredible thing, and why these responses aren't equivalent with Bud Light or with what they did to Tesla with the Cybertruck. We all
Mhm.
remember how crazy that shit was.
I've
a
seen
few
those
months ago.
bumper stickers in the wild. I bought this car before Elon lost
Well,
his
just
mind.
the violence that was committed against the Cybertrucks was
Yeah.
utterly insane.
But-
Bud Light, we're just not buying Bud Light. Oh,
But
great
Jed,
jeans? Yeah, funny. I'll buy
you
some
hit
jeans.
it on the nose. 3-4 years ago, we were all saying, why are you bending the knee to these psychopaths? They have
Mhm.
no power over you. They can't do
Mhm.
anything to you except say mean things online to you. When you give them the power to cancel somebody's livelihood by saying, we're not going to work with you, we're going to pull sponsorship, we're not going to have you on this program, this and that, that's where you gave them the power. But American Eagle, in this moment, is showing that maybe corpos are realizing, wait a minute, let's be greedy again. Let's be greedy and market to the people with money. Let's market to the actual population out there. Let's realize that these queerdos who exist on social media have this much ability to turn the needle. They have no ability to influence anything unless, as Jed just said, you give it to them. So if you do not bend the knee, if you don't show them your neck, you're going to be fine, because the tens of millions of people who will happily thirst over Sydney Sweeney's titties in a
Yep.
commercial
Yes,
will
sir.
go out and buy your jeans and repeat your commercial on live streams like this with free promotion.
Yep.
Free promotion, free marketing. This is what good marketing is. We're marketing the brand, we're marketing the girl, and I ain't earning a single cent from them as a sponsor. But I like looking at Sydney Sweeney. I know the chat likes looking at Sydney Sweeney, so I'm going to
Correct.
put her on the screen. I'm
Yep.
gonna on Daily Dive. She's one of the 3 girls that are on my thumbnail. I'm gonna use her beauty because everybody appreciates her beauty.
That
Beauty
is correct.
sells.
Simple. And they realize that, and this is where we are returning to normalcy. Let's go back a while ago. Produce a movie like Naked Gun, a normal comedy. It's gonna do well for a low budget. Make a little bit of money on each one of these things. Make money. Release a beautiful women marketing a product without anything offensive in it. Just a really simple pun and a really simple product, and people are gonna buy it. It's that simple. Make a video game for your audience. Don't uggify the women. Make the mechanics people want to see in that game. No more running around, smashing and grabbing. Make your assassin be an assassin. Make your game work. Make your game beautiful, and your customers will show up. And when customers are happy, they are your biggest cheerleader. They will carry your banner, because, as I always say, fans are the lifeblood of everything. Without us, the heart does not pump, the franchise does not live. And when you cater to us, we will be the ones to be your biggest promoters. And we'll be out there speaking the good word. And when people hear the positivity, the actual organic love for something, they're going to say, hey, William, this person actually likes it. Maybe they're a real fan. Maybe I'll like it too. Maybe I'll give it a try. I'd like to try on Sydney Sweeney right now. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.